Hello children, today I am here to teach you chapter 18 in your textbook, that's percentages. So you know already what are percentages, and we are expressing fraction as a percentage, express percentage as a fraction, as well as finding relationship between ratios and percentages from a given quantity, and finding the total quantity when a percentage and its corresponding amount are given. So we'll see how we can solve problems related to percentages. So what are percentages? You already know. Percentages are fractions with denominator 100. Look at this one. There are 100 eggs in a box. 25 of them are white eggs and the rest are yellow eggs. If you write number of white eggs as a fraction, how you write? 25 out of 100. So what is this? This is a percentage value. So we can write 25 over 100 as 25 divided by 100. I want to rewrite this 100 in a different way. So I am taking 25 here and I am taking this 1 and extend the line. And I get 2 zeros. I like to put it here. So what you get here? The percentage sign. So what is percentage sign means? We are dividing by 100. So instead of dividing by 100, I can write 25%. So how we read this? 25%. So this is a fraction with denominator 100. So percentages are fractions with denominator 100. So this is a percentage value. Write the fractions as percentages. What you do? 38 out of 100. So the denominator is 100 means this is 38 and divide by 100 I can write 38. This one I can extend and put 2 zeros. So 38%. So without writing this step, how can you write down 43 over 100? 43%. 57 over 100, 57%. 12.5 over 100 you can write as a decimal. 12.5%. 8.5 over 100 as a fraction. Doesn't matter, you can write 8.5 and the percentage sign. 127 over 100, you can write 127 out of 100. So you can get more than 100 as well. So you can get fractions, decimals, whole numbers, anything for a percentage value. Write down the percentages as fractions in its lowest term. How we do that? We know 30% means 30 over 100. The denominator is 100. Now you can simplify. Divide both sides by 10. You get 3 over 10. So this is the lowest term. 50%, 50 over 100. Or you can simplify. This one divide by 5. You get 1 and 2. So half. 50% means half. 80%, 80 over 100. Simplify. Divide by 10, divide by 2, you get 4 over 5. 55%, 55 over 100. Divide by 5, you get 11 and 20. So 11 over 20. 48%, how can you write as a fraction? 48 over 100. Divide by 4, you get 12 and 25. So 12 over 25. 75%, 75 over 100, divide by 25, you get 3 over 4. So these are the fractions in its lowest term. So when you take the lowest term, the highest common factor is always 1. Convert fractions and decimals to percentages. So these are fractions. So how we convert to percentages? You multiply by 100. In order to get no difference, you divide by 100. So divide by 100 I can write as a percentage sign. So what you do? 3 times 100 divide by 4%. 4 times 1, 4 times 25. 3 times 25, you get 75%. Look at this one, 3 over 8. So how you convert to percentages? You multiply by 100. In order to get no difference, you divide by 100. So I can put the percentage sign. 3 into 100 over 8%. 4 times 2, 4 times 25. Then 3 times 25, 75 over 2. You can write as a decimal or a fraction. This is 3. So 7.5, 37.5%. 0.25, now a decimal. So what you do, multiply by 100. In order to get no difference, divide by 100 means percentage sign. So multiply by 100 means you take the decimal point 2 places to the right. 1, 2. So what's the answer? 25%. 0.38. Multiply by 100. Divide by 100. Move the decimal place 2 places to the right. 38%. 5 over 4. Improper fraction. Multiply by 100. And in order to get no difference, divide by 100. So 5 times 100 over 4. 4 times 25. 25 times 5. 125%. Now a decimal, 2.385. Multiply by 100. And divide by 100 means percent sign. So move the decimal place 2 places to the right. 238.5%. When multiplying by 100, use percent instead of dividing by 100. So percent sign means divide this by 100. A mixed number. So make it to improper fraction. 4 times 1, 4. 4 plus 3, 7 over 4. Now do the same thing. Multiply by 100, divide by 100. So 7 times 100, divide by 4. 4 times 1, 4 times 25. So 7 times 25, 175%. 7 times 5, 35. 7 times 2, 14 plus 3, 17. A decimal value, 3.54. Multiply by 100. And put the percent sign. Multiply by 100 means move the decimal place 2 places to the right. 354%. Convert percentages to fractions. So 30%. Percent means divide by 100. 30 over 100. Now simplify. Divide by 10. You get 3 over 10. 70% to a fraction. 70% means 70 over 100. Divide by 10. You get 7 over 10. 12.5. You can convert to improper fractions. 25 over 2. Percent means divide by 100. I can write this way. Now, what you do for division? You can convert to multiplication by taking the reciprocal. So, this is like 100 over 1. Now, I can simplify 25 times 1. This is 4. So, you get 1 over 8. 1 over 8 is same as 12.5%. 37.5%. Convert to improper fractions. 75 over 2%. Now, percent means divide by 100. 75 over 2 divide by 100. Division you can write down as multiply by 1 over 100. Simplify. 25 times 3, 25 times 4. So, you get 3 over 4 times 2, 8. 3 over 8. 62.5%. Convert to improper fraction. You get 4 and 12 and add 1, 125 over 2%. Percent means you can divide by 100. Division you can convert to multiplication by taking the reciprocal. 25 times 5. 25 times 4. So, what's the answer? 5 over 4 times 2, 8. 22.5%. Convert to improper fractions. 44, 45. 45 over 2%. That means 45 over 2 divide by 100. Divide by 100 means multiply by 1 over 100 and you can divide by 5. That's all. So 9 over 2 times 20, that's 40. 9 over 40 is the fraction for 22.5%. Now convert ratios to percentages. So what are ratios? Ratios are also fractions. First write ratio as a fraction. 7 to 10 you can write as a fraction 7 over 10. Then convert to a percentage. Just multiply by 100 and in order to get no difference divide by 100 means percent sign. You can do 7 multiplied by 100 divide by 10 divide by 10 you get 70%. So that's what you do when you get a ratio, write as a fraction first and then convert to percentages. 3 to 5, what's the fraction? 3 over 5. First the numerator, second value is the denominator. Then convert to percentage means 100%. So 3 times 100 divide by 5. 5 times 1, 5 times 20. So 20 times 3, you get 60%. 7 to 10? 7 to 10 means 7 over 10. Multiply by 100 and percent sign. So that means 700 divided by 10. So you get 70%. 7 to 25. So 7 over 25 as a fraction. Then multiply by 100 and the percent sign. That means divide by 100. 7 times 100 divide by 25. So divide by 25. 25 times 1 and 25 times 4, 100. 7 times 4, 28. 19 to 50. 19 over 50. Multiply by 100. when you want to convert to percentage and put the percentage sign. 19 times 100 divide by 50. 5 times 2, 19 times 2. 38%. Convert percentages to ratio. Now other way around. You have given the percentage, how we convert to ratios. So what we can do, we can convert to a fraction. Fraction you can write as a ratio. So first, this one you can write as improper fraction first. You get 75 over 2. This is percent. Then percent means divide by 100. So convert to multiplication by taking the reciprocal of 100, 1 over 100. 75 you can divide by 25. That's 3, here 4. So what's the fraction you get? 3 over 8. So this is a fraction. How can you write as a ratio? Numerator first and the colon sign and the denominator second. 3 to 8 ratio. 12.5%. Convert to improper fractions. 25 over 2. This is percent. Then 25 over 2 divide by 100 means multiply by reciprocal of 100. Divide by 25, you get 4. 1 over 8 is the fraction you are getting. What's the ratio? 1 to 8 ratio. 200%. 200 divide by 100. So you can do 200 multiplied by 1 over 100. 100 times 1, 100 times 2. So you get a whole number here. So whole number is what's the ratio? You can imagine this is 1 in the denominator. So 2 to 1 ratio. 125. 125 divide by 100. Percent sign means divide by 100. 125 divide by 100 means multiplied by reciprocal. 25 times 5, 25 times 4. 5 over 4 as a fraction. So as a ratio you can write 5 to 4. 65%. 65 divide by 100. Then you can write here also possible. Without writing reciprocal, you can write like this. Divide by 5, 20, 13. When you divide by 5. Now, fraction is 13 over 20. As a ratio, you can write 13 to 20. 15%. 15 over 100. Divide by 100. Simplify. 5 times 3. 5 times 20. So 3 over 20 as a fraction. How can we write as a ratio? 3 to 20. Now we'll see how we can solve problems related to percentages. So we'll take part of a whole unit as a percentage. So there are 40 students in a class. 16 students are females and the others are boys. Find the percentage of girls and percentages of boys. So what's the fraction of girls? Out of 40 students, 16 students are girls, females. So when you simplify this, divide by 4 and again divide by 2, you get 2 over 5 as a fraction. So how you convert to a percentage? So you multiply by 100 and then in order to get no difference you divide by 100 means percent sign. Then you can multiply here by 100 divide by 5%. So what's the value? 5 times 1, 5 times 20, so 40%. 40% students are girls. How we find out the percentage of boys? There are two ways to do that. If you take the whole thing as 100%, 40% there. So the remaining part, 100 minus 40 is percentage of boys. So I can do either subtracting this one or I can find out the fraction for boys, that's 3 over 5 and convert to percentages. So this is the easiest way. So you take the 100%, that's the total, minus percentage of girls. You get the percentage of boys, that's 60%. So 60% boys are there. Another question, 225 eggs are yellow out of 400 eggs. The rest are white eggs. Find the percentage of yellow eggs. So what's the fraction? Fraction of yellow eggs? 225 out of 400. Simplify, divide by 25, you get 4 for 100, for 200 8 and this is 9. For 400, for 100 that's 4, 4 times 4, 16. So 9 over 16 as a fraction. Now what's the percentage of yellow eggs? You take the fraction and multiply by 100 and percent sign, that's for divide by 100. 9 into 100 over 16. So what's the value? 4 times 4, 4 times 25. 9 times 25, 9 times 5, 45, 9 times 2, 18, plus 2, 22. Divide by 4. You can write as a fraction. 4 times 5, 20. For 25, that's 6. So 1 remaining, so 56, 1/4%. So that's the percentage of yellow eggs. What's the percentage of white eggs? What's the easiest way? 100% is the total. So you can minus it. 100% minus 56, 1/4%. Now when you are subtracting, there's a fraction. So we can write 100 as 99 and 4/4%. Is it okay? 4/4 is another one. So instead of 100, I can write 99, 4/4 minus 56, 1/4. So you can subtract now whole numbers, 99 minus 56. That's 43. So 43 and 4 minus 1, 3/4. So 43, 3/4%. Those are percentage. That's the percentage of white eggs. Another question. A man travels 60 kilometers by train and the rest by bus. When the total distance traveled is 80 kilometers, find the distance traveled by train as a percentage. Find the percentage distance traveled by bus. So what's the fraction of distance by train? 60 kilometers by train and the total is given 80 kilometers. Both are in kilometers. So you can take this one, divide by 10 and divide by 2. You get 3/4. So what's the percentage distance by train? Convert to a percentage value, multiply by 100 and divide by 100 as a percent sign. This is a percentage sign. So 3 into 100 divide by 4. 4 times 1, 4 times 25. So you get 75%. Then what's the percentage distance by bus? Total is 100% minus the percentage distance by train. That's 75%. So what's 100 minus 75? You get 25%. Another one. Salia borrowed 4,000 rupees from his friend and he settled 4,800 amount with the interest after 1 year. Find the interest. Find the percentage of interest. So what's the interest? The difference between the paid amount and the borrowed amount. So the interest becomes 4,800 minus 4,000. You get 800 rupees. That's the interest amount. Interest as a fraction. So you get 800 interest for 4,000 rupees. So when you simplify, divide by 100 and divide by 4, divide by 8. 1/5 as a fraction. What's the percentage interest? We can convert this fraction to a percentage value. So multiply by 100 and divide by 100 here. So 100 divided by 5. 5 times 1 and 20. So what's the percentage interest? 20%. Capacity of water in a bucket is 40 liters and 25 liters are used. Find the percentage of used water and the percentage of remaining water. So what is the used water as a fraction? 25 liters used out of 40. Divide by 5, you get 5 and 8. 5/8. So what's the percentage of used water? 5/8 convert as a percent value. So multiply by 100, divide by 100 here. I can simplify from here. 4 times 2, 4 times 25. 5 times 25? 125/2. Then divide by 2. You get 6 here. 2 and this is 4, 1 remaining and 62.5%. So percentage of used water is 62.5%. So what's the percentage of remaining water? 100% minus the value we got here. How we simplify this one? Now the half value is there. So I can write 100 as 99 and 2/2. So 2/2 is 1, 1 plus 99, 100. Because I want to subtract half, 62.5. Now I can subtract. Here 7 is there and 3, 37. 99 minus 62, you get 37. 2 minus 1, you get 1. So 37.5% is the percentage of remaining water. Find the amount from a given percentage. So we'll see this example. There are 40 students in a class and 60% of them are boys. Find the number of boys in that class. Now the percentage of boys given and the total number of students in a class is 40. So how you find out? This is 40 is the total. Out of that, 60% are boys. So 60% of 40. 60% of 40, you can write like this. Of means multiplication. So I can do 40 multiplied by 60% means 60 over 100 as a fraction. Now simplify. 0 get cancelled out, and this 0, numerator 0 and this 0 also get cancelled out. So 4 times 6, you get 24. So there are 24 boys in the class. Siridasa paid 22% of his salary as the house rent. If Siridasa's salary is 24,000, find the house rent. So house rent is the value for 22% of his monthly salary, 24,000. So when you write 22% as a fraction, this is 22 over 100. Of means multiplication. So you multiply with 24,000. 2 zeros get cancelled out with these 2 zeros. 22 times 240. 240 into 22. That's 20 and 2. Add it together, you get 5,280 rupees. So monthly rent is 5,280 rupees. So the salary is 24,000, 22% Siridas is paying for house rent. This one, there are 240 houses in a city and 40% of houses have motorbikes. Find the number of houses with motorbikes. So how we do that? How many houses? 40% of 240 houses altogether. 40% means 40 over 100 into 240. So 0 get cancelled out, this 0 get cancelled out. So what's the answer? 4 times 24. 4 times 4, 16. 1 remaining. 4 times 2, 8 plus 1, 9. So 96 houses are with motorbikes. Now we'll look at finding the total if a part is given. Look at this question. There are 5 altogether, 5 squares are there. 2 parts are shaded. So if 2/5, this one is 10. So 2/5 means 10. So what is one part? So what is one part? 2/5 is 10. So 1 over 5 is one part. So that means 10 divided by 2. So you get 1 means 5 parts. Altogether there are 5 parts. What's the total number of parts? You have to multiply this by 5. So 25 parts altogether. Find the total amount if 20% of it is 80 rupees. You have to find out for one part. Now we'll see 20% means 20 over 100 is 80 rupees. 20% means 80 rupees. So what's the one part here? For one part, 1 over 100, that means you have to divide this by 20. So that means you get 4. So one part means 4. Multiply by 100 to get 100 parts. That means 100 over 100. So 4 into 100, you get 400 altogether. Total amount is 400. So this means 400 rupees. is the total amount. This one, if 30% of villagers are children, find the number of villagers. The number of children are given as 600. So this means 30% means 600. So that means 30 out of 100. What is 1 part means? 1 out of 100. Divide by 30. And to get 100%, you multiply by 100. So how you find out the total number of villagers? Take the value, divide by 30 to get 1 part. Multiply by 100 to get the total parts. So total number of villagers, you can simplify. Here divide by 3. So 20 times 200. Altogether there are 2000 villagers are there. Out of 2000, 600 are children. A man pays 15% of his salary as the house rent and the monthly rent is 4,500 rupees. Find his salary. Salary means 100%. 15% means 4,500. So what's the 1 part means? 1 part means you have to divide by 15. So we can find out the monthly salary 4,500, divide by 15 and multiply by 100. 15 times 3. And here put 2 zeros for 4,500. And here 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So what's the salary? 30,000 rupees. 65% of workers are females. And if 140 males are there, find total number of workers. Now the percentage value is given for females, but male persons are there, 140. So percentage of females given 65%. Now we have to find out the percentage of males. So how we do that? 100 minus 65. So what's the value? 35% are males. Now we know 35% means 140. So 140 divide by 35 to get 1 part and multiply by 100 to get 100 parts. So total number of workers is this much. We'll simplify. 7 times 5, 7 times 20, 5 times 4. So 400 workers are there altogether. Shalita has 80,000 rupees and spent 40% of that to buy a refrigerator and 25% of that to buy a machine. Find the price of the refrigerator, find the price of the machine and find the remaining amount. So total is 80,000. 40% of that to buy the refrigerator. 40% of the 80,000 rupees. 40% of 80,000. That's for the refrigerator. So 40% means 40 over 100 into 80,000. So 1 0 and another 0 get cancelled out. 4 times 8, 32 and 3 zeros. So the value, the price for the refrigerator is 32,000. Price of the machine, that's the 24% of that. 24% of 80,000. So what's the value? 24 over 100 into 80,000. 2 zeros get cancelled out. Then 8 times 4, 32. 8 times 2, 16 plus 3, 90. And how many zeros? 2 zeros. So that's the amount for the machine. Now we found out the price of refrigerator and the price of machine, and we can find the remaining amount, add these two and subtract from 80,000. So we'll do that here. 19,200 and 32,000. So what's the total amount spent for machine and refrigerator? 19,200 and what's the other amount? 32,000. 32,000. That's the total. 51,200. Now, what's the remaining amount? You can subtract from 80,000. 80,000 is the total amount. Minus 51,200. Subtract. So 28,800. So when you add it, you need to get 80,000. Check it. Yes, that's correct. 28,800. Another question. There were 120 members in a society. This year, the number of members are increased to 150. What is the percentage of increased members? So what's the increased number? Earlier 120, now 150. So the difference is the increased number. 150 minus 120. So 30 members. So what's the percentage of increased number? 30 members increased out of the original value. That's 120. And as a percentage, you multiply by 100 and the percentage sign. Divide by 10, divide by 3. So 100 divided by 4, you get 25%. Now we'll look at example number 1 in your textbook. Given that the initial amount is 1, express each of the following quantities as a percentage of the initial amount. So this is 3 over 8. How you convert 3 over 8 as a percentage? You multiply by 100 with the percent sign. 3 times 100 divide by 8. 4 times 2, 4 times 25. So 3 times 25 is 75. Divide by 2 means as a fraction, I can write 3 and 7, 37 and a half. 1 over 12. 1 over 12 into 100%. So 100 divided by 12. So 4 times 2, 4 times 3, 12, 4 times 25. 25 over 3. So what's the value? 3 times 8, 24, 1 remaining. So for 10, that's 3 times 3. So I'll write as a fraction. So 1 remaining out of 3. So 8 and 1/3. Another example, given that the initial amount is 1, express each of the following quantities as a percentage. Another part, decimal number. how you convert to a percentage? Take the decimal, multiply by 100 with the percent sign. Multiply by 100 means move to the decimal place, 2 places to the right, 6.8%. 2/3, 2/3 multiplied by 100%. So 200/3. 3 times 6, 18. For 20 again, 6, 18. 2 remaining. So 2/3. You can write 66 and 2/3%. Exercise 18.1. Given that the initial amount is 1, express each of the following quantities as a percentage of the initial amount. So half, convert to percentage, that's 100%. So 2 times 1, 2 times 50. So 50%. 0.7 multiply by 100, and this is percent. Multiply by 100 means move the decimal point 2 places to the right, that's 70%. 2.4 multiply by 100%. Move the decimal place 2 places to the right, you get 240%. 7.8 multiply by 100 and with the percent sign. Move the decimal place 2 places to the right, 780%. 4.025 convert to percentage, multiply by 100%. So you move the decimal place 2 places to the right, 402.5%. 6 as a percentage, multiply by 100 with the percent sign. So 600%. 0.067 multiply by 100%. Move the decimal place 2 places to the right, 6.7%. A mixed number, convert to an improper fraction. 50 plus 11, 61 over 50. Multiply by 100%. So 50 times 1, 50 times 2. 2 times 61. 122%. 1/3 as a percentage, multiply by 100%. So that means 100 divided by 3. 3 times 3, 9. Another 3, 9. And 1/3 remaining. So 33 and 1/3. 5/6 as a percentage, multiply by 100 and take the percent sign. So 500 divided by 6. Divide by 2, 3 here and 250. Now divide 250 by 3. 3 times 8, 24. For 10, that's 3 times 3, 9, 1 remaining. So 1/3 remaining. So 83 and 1/3. 9/11 as a percentage, multiply by 100 and the percent sign. 900/11. 11 times 8, 88. 20 remaining. 11 times 1, 11. 20 minus 11, you get 9. So 9 remaining out of 11. So that's the percentage value, 81 and 9/11. 1 and 3/7 as an improper fraction, 10/7. Now multiply by 100%. So 10 times 100, 1000. 1000 over 7. What's the value? 7 times 1, 7. For 30, that's 4. 28. So 2 remaining. For 20, that's 2, 14. 20 minus 14, that's 6. 6 over 7 as a fraction. 142, 6 over 7%. Example number 1. Express each of the following percentages as a fraction. Now reverse order. 20% means 20 over 100. Now simplify. Divide by 10, divide by 2. You get 1 over 5 is 20%. 125. 125% means divide by 100. 25 times 4, 25 times 5. So what's the fraction? 5 over 4, or as a mixed number, you can write 1 and 1 over 4. 33 1/3. First convert to an improper fraction. 99 plus 1, 100 divided by 3%. Percent means divide by 100. I can rewrite this as multiplication of the reciprocal. So multiplication, here 100 get cancelled out. You get 1/3 as the fraction. Exercise 18.2. Express each of the following percentages as a fraction and simplify it. 25% means 25 out of 100. Divide by 25, you get 1 over 4. That's the simplest form. 40%, 40 over 100. Simplify. Divide by 10, divide by 2, you get 2 over 5. 16%, 16 over 100. Divide by 4, 4 and 25. So 4 over 25 is the fraction. 150%. This means 150 over 100. Divide by 10. Divide by 5, 2 and 3. So what's the fraction? 3 over 2 as a mixed number, 1 and a half. 120%. 120 over 100. Divide by 10. Divide by 2. So 6 over 5. Convert to a mixed number, you get 1 and 1 over 5. 58%. 58 over 100. So you get, divide by 2, 29. Divide by 2, you get 50. So that's the simplest form. You can't simplify further. So 29 over 50. 32%. 32 over 100. Then simplify. 4 times 8, 4 times 25. So 8 over 25. 175%. 175 over 100. 25 times, here 100 is 4. 4 plus 3, 7. 25 times 4. So 7 over 4 as a mixed number, you get 1 and 3/4. 12 and 1/3%. So you can write 36 plus 1, 37 over 3%. Percent means divide by 100. Divide by 100 you can write as multiplied by the reciprocal. Now you can simplify and write 37 over 300. So that's the fraction, 37 over 300. 3 and 1/3. convert to an improper fraction? That's 10 over 3%. Percent means divide by 100. Divide by 100 I can write as multiplication of the reciprocal. So you get 1 over 30. 1 and 3/5. Convert to improper fraction. 5 plus 3, 8 over 5%. Percent means divide by 100. You can do multiply by the reciprocal. 4 times 2, 4 times 25. And when you multiply, you get 2 over 5 times 5, 25 and 125. So 2 over 125. 2.25%, 2.25 over 100. Now, here you can get rid of this decimal place by multiplying this by 100. When you do that for numerator, you have to multiply the numerator as well. So, 2 zeros you have to put. Now, how many 25s are there? 25 times 400. So, 4, 8 and 9. 9 25s are there. Here for 400, that's 4. So, 400 there. So, 9 over 400. Example number 1. Express 20% as a ratio now. 20%. That means 20 out of 100. First simplify. Divide by 10 and divide by 2. You get 1 over 5 is a fraction. So, how can you write as a ratio? 1 to 5. 12.5% as a ratio. 12.5%. So, convert to improper fractions. You get 25 over 2%. So, what is 25 over 2% means? Divide by 100. Divide by 100 means multiplying by the reciprocal of 100. That's 1 over 100. Now, simplify. 25 times 1, 4. So, 1 over 8 is a fraction. After you get the fraction, how you write down the ratio? Numerator first and the ratio sign, colon sign, and then 8. 1 to 8 ratio. Example number 3. Express the ratio 2 to 5 as a percentage. When you get a ratio, what you do? You write as a fraction. 2 to 5 means 2 over 5. Now, convert to percentage, you multiply by 100%. So, you can 2 times 100 is 200, divide by 5, 5 times 40. So, 40% is the same as 2 to 5 ratio. Example 4. Express the ratio 3 to 2 as a percentage. 3 to 2 I can write as 3 over 2 as a fraction. How you convert a fraction to percentage? Multiply by 100%. So 300 divided by 2. You get 50. Here 1 and for 10. So 150%. Example number 5. Express the ratio 1 to 3 as a percentage. 1 to 3 I can write as a fraction 1 over 3. Convert to percentages, multiply by 100%. So 100 divided by 3. 3 times 3, 9. 3 times 3, 9 again for 10. That means 1 remaining, you get 1/3. So 33, 1/3%. Exercise 18.3. Write the corresponding ratio for each of the following percentages. 25%. Percent means divide by 100. 25 times 1 and 25 times 4. So 1 over 4 is a fraction. So what's the ratio? 1 to 4. 40% means 40 over 100. Divide by 10 and divide by 2, you get 2 over 5. So as a ratio, 2 to 5. 45%, 45 over 100. Divide by 5, you get 9 and 20. So 9 over 20 as a fraction, as a ratio, 9 to 20. 8%, 8 over 100. Divide by 4, 2 and 25. So 2 over 25 as a ratio, 2 to 25. 125%, 125 over 100. Divide by 25, you get 5 here, 4. 5 over 4 is the fraction. As a ratio, this is 5 to 4. 300%, 300 over 100. So you get 3. So 3 you can write as a fraction 3 over 1. So what's the ratio? 3 to 1. 5.5%. 5.5 convert to improper fraction, 11 over 2%. Percent means divide by 100. Division you can write as multiply by the reciprocal. So you get 11 over 200. What's the ratio? 11 to 200. 33 1/3. How can you write as an improper fraction? 100 over 3. So 100 over 3 divide by 100%, means divide by 100. You can convert to multiplication of the reciprocal. 100 get cancelled out. You get 1 over 3 as a fraction. So what is 1 over 3 means? The ratio is 1 to 3. Write the corresponding percentage for each of the following ratios. 1 to 2. Ratio convert to a fraction. 1 over 2. Then multiply by 100% to convert this to a percentage. So 100 divided by 2, you get 50. This is 50%. 7 to 20. 7 over 20 as a fraction. Convert to percentage, multiply by 100%. You get 5 times here. 7 times 5, 35%. 13 to 25 as a fraction. You can write 13 over 25 multiplied by 100%. 25 times 4 is 100. 4 times 13, 52%. 27 to 50, 27 over 50. As a percentage, you multiply by 100%. 50 times 2, 2 times 27, 54%. 3 to 2, 3 over 2 as a fraction. Multiply by 100%. 2 times 50, 50 times 3, 150%. 9 to 4, 9 over 4 as a fraction. Multiply by 100%. 4 times 25 is 100. 9 times 25, 45, and 4 remaining. 9 times 2, 18, plus 4, 22. So 225%. 6 to 5. As a fraction, 6/5. As a percentage, you multiply by 100%. 5 times 20, 20 times 6, 122, 120%. 13 to 10. 13/10 as a fraction. Convert to percentage, multiply by 100. 1 0 get cancelled out, so you get 130%. 1 to 7. 1/7 as a fraction, multiply by 100%. You get 100 divided by 7. 7 times 1, 7. For 30, that's 428. 2 remaining, that's 2/7. 3 to 17, that means 3/17. Convert to percentage. So you get 300 divided by 17. What's 300 divided by 17? 17 times 2, 34. That's 1 there. So 30 minus 17, 30. So 130, how many 17? 5 times 7, 35. 5 times 1, 5 plus 3, 8. We'll take 8. Just roughly 20. 20 times 5 and here 6 like. So if this is 17, we can take 7 like. 17 times 7, 49. So 119. So we can take 7. So 119. So you get 119. Subtract 119 from this. When you subtract, you get here 11. So 11 parts are remaining. 11 out of 17. So 17 and 11/17. Look at this problem. 28 males and 22 females participated in a meeting. Write the ratio of the males to total participants and write the corresponding percentage. Describe what this percentage means in words. 28 males and 22 females. So what's the total? Total number is 28 plus 22, you get 50 is a total number of participants. So the ratio between males is 28 and the total is 50. So the ratio between males to total is this. When you simplify, what you get? You get divide by 2, you get 14 to 25. That's the ratio males to total. And convert this to a percentage. How you convert this to percentage? Write as a fraction, multiply by 100%. 25 times 4, 4 times 4, 16, and 4 times 1, 4 plus 1, 5, 56%. So that's the males with the total. So describe what this percentage means in words. When there are 100 participants, 56 males are there. So that's 56%. So you can write, if 100 participants are there, "56 males are there in the meeting." Then second part, write the ratio of the females to the total participants and write the corresponding percentage. So what's the ratio? Female to total. Females 22, total is 50. So when you simplify, divide by 2, you get 11 to 25. So that's the ratio females to the total. And convert to a percentage, you can write 11 over 25 as a fraction multiplied by 100%. As a percentage, that's 44. Or you can easily get that percentage by 100 minus 56. Example number 1. The distance from town A to town B is 50 kilometers. A man leaving town A travels 20 kilometers by bus and the rest of the distance by train. Express the distance travelled by bus as a percentage of the total distance. So what's the distance travelled by bus? That's 20 kilometers. So what's the total distance? 50 kilometers. So we'll write the fraction of distance travelled by bus. By bus, that's 20 kilometers out of 50. So simplify this, you get 2 over 5 as a fraction. And express the distance travelled by bus as a percentage of the total distance, you multiply by 100%. So percentage distance travelled by bus, 2 over 5 into 100%. So 5 times 20, so 20 times 2, you get 40%. Exercise 18.4. Express the first value of each pair given below as a percentage of the second value. 200 grams from 1 kilo. Look at the 2 units. This is in grams, this is in kilograms. You can't divide, you have to convert to the same unit. So you can write as a fraction 200 grams over 1000 grams. Simplify this, you get 1 over 5 as a fraction. Now convert to a percentage, you multiply by 100%. So what's the value? 5 times 20. So the value is 20%. 25 centimeters from 1 meter. Convert both to the same unit. 25 centimeters out of 100 centimeters. 1 meter means 100 centimeters. 25 times 1 and here 4. 1 over 4 as a fraction. How you convert as a percentage? Multiply by 100%. 4 times 1, 4 and 4 times 25 here. So 25%. 750 meters from 1 kilometer. So what's the conversion? 1000 meters for 1 kilometer. So you can do 750 over 1000. So 0 get cancelled out. 25 times 3, 25 times 4. So this is the fraction, 3/4. As a percentage, you multiply by 100%. So 4 times 25, 25 times 3, you get 75%. 300 milliliters to 1 liter. So 300 to, what's the conversion? 1000 milliliters. Divide by 100, you get 3 over 10 as a fraction. Multiply by 100%, you get 30%. 20 minutes from 1 hour. How many minutes are there for 1 hour? 60 minutes. So What's the fraction? 1/3. As a percentage, multiply by 100%, you get 33 and 1/3%. If 30 out of the 50 students in a class are girls, find the number of girls in the class as a percentage of the total number of students. So, how many girls are there? 30. So, what's the fraction of girls? "30 girls out of 50. So, when you simplify, that's 3/5. Then, how will you find out the number of girls in the class as a percentage? So, you can multiply by 100%. Percentage of girls, that means 3/5 into 100%. 5 times 20, so 60% of girls are there. If a person who borrowed 2000 rupees pays 250 as interest at the end of a year, find the annual interest rate. So, what's the fraction of interest? Fraction of interest is paying 250 rupees for 2000. So, 1 0 get cancelled out, 25 times 1, 25 times 8, that's 200. So, 1/8 as a fraction of interest. Now, we need to find out the percentage of interest multiplied by 100%. 4 times 2, 4 times 25. 25/2, you get 1, 2, so 12.5% interest rate. If 5 from a lot of 25 firecrackers bought by Pratapa to light on New Year's Day did not explode, calculate the number of crackers that exploded as a percentage of the total number of crackers. So, what's the fraction here? 5 from a lot of 25 crackers bought by Pratapa did not explode. So, they are asking number of crackers that exploded. So, how can you find out number of crackers exploded? You subtract this value, number of crackers exploded, altogether 25 and 5 didn't work. So, 20 crackers exploded. So, as a fraction of crackers exploded, 20 crackers out of 25. Divide by 5, you get 4 and 5. So, as a fraction, this is 4/5. As a percentage of crackers exploded, 4/5 is the fraction multiplied by 100%. 5 times 20, 20 times 4, 80% crackers exploded. If Kareem obtained 36 marks for an assignment marked out of 40, express Kareem's marks as a percentage of the total marks allocated for the assignment. So, straight away we can write down fraction of marks. Fraction is 36 out of 40. Divide by 4. 4 times 9 and 10. So, 9 out of 10. So, percentage of marks, you can multiply it by 100%. Divide by 10. So, you get 90% marks for Kareem. Mr. Perera's monthly salary is 30,000 rupees. He spends 15,000 rupees on food, 3,000 on transport and the rest of his salary on other expenses. Find the amount spent on food as a percentage of his salary. What's the amount spent for food? 15,000 out of 30,000. So fraction of amount spent for food. ₹15,000 out of 30,000. So you get half. So what's the percentage value? Percentage of amount spent for food. Fraction is half. Convert to percentage. You multiply by 100%. That's 50%. So 50% spent for food. Part 2, they ask find the amount spent on transport as a percentage of his salary. So for transport, 3,000. So fraction of amount spent for transport. That's 3,000 for 30,000 rupees. So you get 1/10 as a fraction. So what's the percentage of amount spent for transport is 1/10 into 100%. So you get 10%. Example number 1. If a man saves 5% from his monthly salary of 20,000, how much of money does he save? So this is 5% of 20,000 he saved. So amount saved is 5% of 20,000 rupees. So 5/100 is 5%. Of means multiplication 20,000. 2 zeros get cancelled out with this. 0, 0, 5 times 2, 10. So 1,000 rupees he saved from his salary. Exercise 18.5. If the prevailing price of 120 rupees per litre of fuel is increased by 10%, by how many rupees will the price of 1 litre of fuel increase? So you are asked to find out the increased amount. So what's the value? 120 and 10% increase. 10% of 120 rupees. So how you do the increased amount? Increased amount is 10% of 120. 10% means 10/100. Of means multiplication. This is 120. 1 0 get cancelled out. This 0 with this. So you get 12 rupees increased for 1 litre. Question number 2. If the minimum percentage of marks required to pass an examination marked out of 300 is 60%, what is the minimum mark required to pass the examination? So minimum mark straight away you can find out. 60% of 300. So 60% means 60/100 into 300. 100 times 3. So you need 180 marks minimum to pass the examination. Question number 3. 15% of the workers in an establishment are men. If the total number of workers in the establishment is 800, how many male workers are there? So 15% are males. So number of males 15% of, what's the total? 800. So 15% means 15 over 100 into 800. You can cross it out. 8 times 15. 120 males are there. Question number 4. A person travels 60% of a journey by train, 35% by bus, and the rest of the journey by taxi. The total distance of the journey is 140 kilometers. Find the distance traveled by train. So the distance traveled by train is 60% of the total journey. 60% of, what's the total journey? 140 kilometers. So 60% means 60 over 100 into 140. Simplify. 1 0 get cancelled out. This 0 get cancelled out. 6 times 14. So you get 84 kilometers travelled by train. So what's the distance travelled by bus? Distance travelled by bus is what's the percentage? 35%. So 35% means out of 140 we need 35% means 35 over 100 into 140. 1 0 get cancelled out. And you have to multiply 35 into 14. 10 and 4. 490 divided by 10. You get 49 kilometers travelled by bus. Mr. Ranasinghe's monthly salary is 45,000. He puts aside 30% of his salary for food, 20% for transport, and the rest of the salary for other expenses. How much money does he put aside for food? For food, he spent 30% of his salary. That's 30% of 45,000. That means 30 over 100 into 45,000. 2 zeros get cancelled out. So multiply by 3. 3 times 5, 15. 3 times 4, 12 plus 1, 13. And put 2 zeros. So 13,500 for food. Then the second part, how much money does he put aside for transport? For transport, that 20%. So 20% of that. Transport 20% of 45,000. 20 over 100 into 45,000. 2 zeros. You need to multiply by 2, that's 90, and put 2 zeros. So that means 9,000 rupees for transport. Example number 1. 60% of the students in a class use public transport to travel to school. If the number of students in this class who do not use public transport is 16, find the total number of students in the class. So here 60% is for using public transport. This value is given for do not use public transport. So what's the percentage? Do not use public transport. That means total is 100% minus 60%. So that means 40%. So 40% means 16. Now you need to find out for one part, and to get the total you need to find 100%. So you can find out total number of students is 16 divided by 40, that's for one part, multiply by 100 to get 100 parts. So you get 4 times 4, so altogether 40 students altogether. Exercise 18.6. If 30% of a person's salary is 7,200, how much is his salary? 30% means 7,200. So what's the salary? You can find out for one part. That means 7,200 divided by 30. And for 100 parts, you multiply by 100. 3 times 2, 6. That's 4. And multiply by 100. You get 24. 1, 2, 3 zeros. 24,000 rupees is the salary. The attendance of the students of a school on a rainy day was 60%. If the number of students who attended school that day was 420, find the total number of students in the school. Rainy day, so the attendance was 60%. So that means 420. 60% means who attended school, so that's 420. So you can find for one part and multiply by 100. So total number of students (420) divide by 60 for one part and multiply by 100. 6 times 7, so 700 students are there altogether. After spending 65% of the money he had in hand, if a person had a balance of 1,400, what is the total amount of money he initially had? So this is 65% he spent. So what's the amount in hand? Percentage amount in hand? You can subtract 65% from 100%. So you get 35% in hand. So 35% means 1,400 rupees. What's the amount of money he had? Amount of money is 1,400 divided by 35. That's for one part. Multiply by 100%. 7 times 5. 7 times 200. And 5 times 40. So you get 4,000 rupees. Question number 4. A metal alloy is made by mixing iron and zinc. If 36% of the alloy is zinc and the amount of iron in the alloy is 160, calculate the total mass of alloy. So this is for iron, 160. So you need to find out percentage of iron. Percentage of iron is 100 minus 36. 64%. 64% means 160 grams. So you can find out one part and multiply by 100 to get the mass of alloy. Mass of alloy is 160 divided by 64 and multiply by 100. 8 times 20, 8 times 8. 4 times 2, 4 times 5. 500 divided by 2. So you get 250 grams are there. Question number 5. A man gives 5% of the money he obtained by selling his vehicle to a broker. If he is left with 475,000 rupees, thereafter find the selling price of the vehicle and the broker's fee paid. 5% given. So he left with 475%. So we can find out percentage of the amount that he has now. That's 5% he gave for the broker. So the remaining part, 100 minus 5, that's 95%. So 95% means, what's the value? 95% means 475,000 rupees. So what's the selling price? Selling price is the 100% value. 475,000 rupees divided by 95 and multiply by 100. 5 times 5. 25, 5 times 9. So 475. So this is 5,000 into 10. 5,000 into 100. 5 and 5 zeros. That means 500,000 rupees is the selling price. And find the broker fee. So you can subtract you can find 5% of the selling price. So the broker fee is 5% of 500,000. So 500,000 I can write here 5 over 100 into 500,000. 2 zeros get cancelled out. You get 25 with 3 zeros. So 25,000 rupees for the broker. Question number 6. 40% of the employees working in a factory are women. If the number of male employees in the factory is 75, how many employees are there in total? So here 40% means percentage of women. So what's the percentage of males? 100 minus 40. That's 60%. 60% males are there. 60% means 75 males. So find out the total employees by 75 divide by 60. That's for one part multiplied by 100. You get 2 times 3, 2 times 5. So 3 times 1, 3 times 2, 6. So 25 times 5, 125 employees are there. Question number 7. A doctor gave a diet plan to Rajitha to reduce his mass by 9 kilos within 6 months. 9 kilos is 10% of his total mass. How much is Rajitha's mass? So 10% of his total mass is 9 kilos. So that means 10% means 9 kilos. So what's the mass of Rajitha? Rajitha's mass. So 10% means 9. So 9 divide by 10 and you need 100%. You get 90 kilos. That's the mass of Rajitha. Then part 2. 12% of his mass was reduced during the said time period. How much is Rajitha's mass now? So 12% reduced means, what's the other percentage? 88%. So 88% is the new mass. So we can do new mass. We can do new mass is equal to 88% of 90 kilos. So 88% means 88 over 100 into 90. 1 0 get cancelled out. Divide by, now first we'll multiply by 9. 9 times 8, 72. 7 remaining. 9 times 8, 72 plus 7, 79. Divide by 10 means 79.2 kilos. So that's the new mass after 6 months. So we covered all theory related to percentages. So what are percentages? Fractions with denominator 100. And how we convert decimals to percentages? Multiply by 100%. So if a percentage corresponding to a given ratio can be found by writing an equivalent ratio with second term equal to 100. So practice all exercises in this chapter and thorough with percentages because you need this for your O-level exam.